of service is actually more than a day already. It's already a month of service.
It really reminds me of what collective action can do, what collaboration can do. It reminds me that I can work together with people and things can be done.
We recognize the power of the youth. We understand that in the next few years, the youth in Africa are going to be the one driving the forefront of everything we need to do.
We have such a vibrant workforce when it comes to the youth, and I know we can do more if we all align to a common goal.
We recognize that we are the largest demographic currently, and we are also the demographic that is likely to face the consequences of climate change.
And this year we're registering 36 African countries. Somebody somewhere in Africa right now, among those top countries, is doing something alongside us that is impacting their communities, that's impacting the environment, and impacting the SDGs in a positive way.
We're here because a few years ago, or actually about 7 years ago, a couple of people came back globally to form the Sustainable Development Goals. And these are the 17 goals that we now call the Global Goals. After COVID happened in 2020, there was a gap that was highlighted. It showed that we thought we're halfway towards achieving the goals on the continent, but we're actually nowhere near that. We're way behind on the goals. And as Leap Africa, we thought, if Africa's greatest resource is the youth, how are we then rallying young people to come together to solve problems through the lens of the Sustainable Development Goals? And so the Youth of Service was born.
4 years ago, when we conceived it, we thought that we wanted to work with young people primarily with the focus that they can be engaged when it came into community engagement, development project, and things like that. And so in the first year, we deployed this in Nigeria, and we became more ambitious because we saw how successful it was. And so we were more encouraged, more enthused to go out into Africa and see what this could potentially look like.
And then in 2021, we expanded into Africa. About 18 countries in Africa, I think at the time, expressed some interest. And now in 2022, 2023, we have up to 36 countries. So excited to be present on the Youth of Service with over 3,000 volunteers already engaged. But over the years, we've had almost 7,000 volunteers across 24 African countries. And I think that that's exciting because it shows that Africa's youth are organized, they're excited, they're passionate, and they just need some direction when it comes to solving the problems that we have, especially through the lens of the Sustainable Development Goals.
We are united by a common goal. The reason we are all here together as a team, as a pool of people, is because we have a mutual interest, and that is young people and also partnerships.
Our company is 125 years old globally. In Africa, we are 60 years old. And in Kenya or East Africa, what we call East Africa, we are just close to 15 years. And we are a material science company, so we do chemistry. It's the chemistry company. So we touch you every day. Hence, our company is keen on adding value to sustainable journey. We want to use our science and innovation to create a sustainable future and make sure that we are protecting the planet.
We have only been able to do this because of the support we got from partners like DAO and others, and also the network of partners we work with, like Leap Africa. So I'm excited to see the gathering today. And as Mombi says, we see a lot of young people here. And that is what we need in Africa. Africa is the youngest population. And we can only move ahead if we tap on the energy that youth are bringing.
My name is Titilayo Abaniwanda. I'm the community manager for Lagos Susty Vibes. Can we make some noise? Alright, so why we are here this morning is to celebrate the International Youth Day of Service, which is an annual program organized by Leap Africa. And we at Susty Vibe, we are collaborating, with Leap Africa to make sure that we are doing a street conference this morning. So today's street conference is going to be into two parts. We are going to have the parts where we clean up the streets, like youth that we are useful. And then we also have another team, educating people. One of the gaps that we find out, in addressing climate change and climate actions is because there is a knowledge gap. So people don't know better. Some people don't know that they can recycle their plastic. Some people don't know proper waste disposal. So I want us to be excited. I don't know why we're not smiling.
And so we are at Mushin local government area of Lagos State, and what we have done today is to try to educate the average Nigerian, try to educate the common people on the streets on better waste management and also how to better manage the waste that they get.
We also went on the street, we did a cleanup. We cleared the drainages where there are a lot of plastics and a lot of waste to make sure that the waterways are not blocked.
We are doing this cleanup and advocacy drive as a way to get youth involved in environmental advocacy, promoting sustainable development in our own little way.
What street conferences do for me and what I believe they do for people is that it gets people talking, because they see young people like themselves, or maybe not like themselves, older than them, that could rather spend their money, their time doing something else, actually coming to clean up their streets.
On behalf of the Executive Chairman, Mushin Local Government, and the Environmental Health Service Department, we want to appreciate them and we want them to keep it up.
As we celebrate International Youth Day, and specifically today, which is a Youth Day of Service, tunaamini kwamba vijana wana kazi wanaweza kufanya na kuboresha maisha ya jamii.
We were inspired by the late Honorable John Michuki wakati alianza conservation ya rehabilitation ya Nairobi River pale Globe Cinema. This place used to be a dump site. Tukakuja, we burned all the takataka, tukaanza urban farming pole, tukaanza kupanda miti. Iyo kupanda miti katuweka kwa platforms tofauti. So we got to engage different government agencies, tukapatana na NGOs kama nyinyi. That meaningful partnership ndio imefanya hii place sasa from a dump site to a green zone.
We talk about job creation, and we are looking at our youth. The rate of unemployment worldwide is not really pleasant. And we have projects where our focus is mainly creating jobs for the youth. Most of the jobs that are being created are through self-employment, which means people engaging in enterprises, different enterprises.
We love seeing young people. We love working with young people. In fact, we are established to support and nurture the talents of young people. Our hope and joy and aspiration would be that these businesses we see today that have exhibited some products in 10 years could become source of livelihood that would really set in the pace in terms of innovation, employment, and so much more than that. So calling on many stakeholders to make sure that all the resources that we have available to us, you can access them. Feel free to reach us through Child Fund. Thank you, Child Fund, for this amazing opportunity. Thank you to Dow and each and every one of the implementing partners that has made today possible. Thank you so much.
So the reason why it was named the Youth Expression is because youth actually have a lot of mental problems they're going through. idea initially was we come together, we speak together about the mental health problems that we go through and probably examples, play games to reduce anxiety and all of that, and then we go out to do something for the community. So we went for a rally this morning in the street of Amuodofin from Agboju Market to the local government, raising an awareness that we want to give free health check as youth to the older persons.
And subsequently when we came in around noon, seeing the old people come in ready to interact, to engage, and to receive some level of support from the young people, it blessed my heart in no small way.
And we gave free health checks, we examined them, gave them drugs, some doctors that came that volunteered, gave them consultation. I'm happy that we were able to make old people happy. Aside the giving of drugs or whatever we did, knowing that people actually cared to put them together, I'm sure would bring a sense of I'm being seen to them. And that makes me happy. And then from the youths, for the youth rather, I'm happy that we were able to express ourselves. We had sessions where we played games. We had this session of writing something to give somebody else hope. So papers were shared to everybody and they had to write something they would want someone to say to them that would give them hope. And then it was switched between people.
Hey friends, I hope you're feeling good right now. I'm here to let you know you're enough, lovable, kind, amazing, graceful, wonderful. No matter what is going on, stay there, everything will be fine. Do your best and leave the rest. Hugs and kisses.
It's interesting to see that many people had something in common. Because they wrote it to themselves and we switched it, it makes me feel like, oh, you are also trying to push. Just do your little, bit by bit, and it will all make sense one day. I am really happy that this was able to fly and youth were able to express themselves, take into themselves, and because they've taken to themselves, they were happy to also do for the older people. I'm happy that that happened.
Pour aider à l'employabilité des femmes à Zanzra qui sont victimes de mariages forcés, nous avons initié ce projet afin de les former sur la culture et la saignée de l'EVA, afin qu'elles puissent avoir les compétences nécessaires pour travailler avec les planteurs de l'EVA, dont la main-d'œuvre est fortement dominée par les hommes à Zanzra.
Ça s'appelle bouge. Voilà. Ça c'est fait pour la montée inversée, la saignée inversée. La saignée inversée. Quand tu sens le bois que l'arbre monte, tu prends ça pour saigner.
Ce sont donc 20 bénéficiaires directs et plus de 200 bénéficiaires indirects, composés de veuves, de jeunes femmes victimes de mariages forcés et de mères célibataires qui seront employés à travers cette formation. Et cela a été possible grâce au soutien de LIP Africa à travers son appui technique et financier dans le cadre du projet Youth Day of Service.
Parce que tout est kawi be ko to agora parce que ko kuni a te kuni a yare ko guna karo mi awi ka ban ka bo ko kali formation de wi to be ko bare ko nyana aussi mi kinunga ka bo.
Je m'appelle Ako Kamel. J'ai 25 ans. Je suis mère de 2 enfants. J'ai pris part à la formation culture et VA où les femmes sont négligées. J'ai pris part à la formation pour mieux me former et mieux former mes camarades. Nous pourrons aller vers les planteurs pour travailler avec eux. Merci beaucoup aux formateurs. Merci beaucoup. Que Dieu vous bénisse.
My project is about sensitizing the market women and other communities about recycling and the need to dispose plastics properly. Hello, my name is Oderinde Daniel. I'm the project lead for Datin Consult's project concerning this year's Youth Day of Service by Leap Africa. So we've been to Shango Taido Market where we sensitize the market women about the proper use and disposal of plastics. And we also conducted a kind of raffle to reward those that brought plastics to hut. And what we did was to get plastics about 10 kg per individual, and we gave them rewards ranging from 10,000, 5,000 naira, 30,000 naira. The highest prize as 50,000 naira.
I'm interested in participating in this program because I know that by recycling all our bottles, it keeps our environment clean and neat.
We've also been able to donate a recycling bin to a school, that is Etiosa Community Junior and Secondary School. The bin is meant to collect plastics, and we have a recycling partner that would come to uptake the bin whenever it is full. By contributing a bin to your school where you get to promote environmental sustainability and dispose plastics safely. So all thanks to Leap Africa for this opportunity and Do Chemicals for making this happen. So yeah, thank you very much, for also having us. Yes, all right.
My highlight is actually donating the bin to the school and the principal accepting it and quickly keying on the initiative.
So this is really a great opportunity that we've been able to implement thanks to Leap Africa and Do Chemicals for making this possible.
Today, I was very happy to share some knowledges about environment and human rights, especially the women's rights. And now we are also sharing about the disabled kids, especially the rights of kids with special needs. And lastly, I am very thankful to be here, thankful for these kids who are very receptive, and the school, and also the partner Youth Day of Service. And thank you for all the team. That's all for me. Thank you.
Fa afaka nanome ny tokony fantatry ny
Youth Day of Service is a yearly activity that comes during the Youth Week in Kenya, whereby young people come together to just do various community service initiatives. These activities usually happen yearly. It has happened in Makueni, it is happening also in Moranga, Kericho, Narok, and also in Bungoma, Migori, and Uasin Gishu.
I am part of a youth group here in Kajiado County. Today we are celebrating this day by growing trees, both fruit and indigenous, and this has been powered by ELF Africa in collaboration with us, the people on the ground. So such partnerships are meaningful in creating a sustainable world, because not only does it allow us to network and connect with one another, it also allows us to bring more ideas and solutions towards a climate-smart world.
Today we are here at Makueni County. We have partnered with various organizations, youth serving organizations.
We were able to do quite a lot, cleaning our environment around Kaiti River, and we were able to rehabilitate quite a large space and retrieve plenty of litter.
Last year we were removing the posters from the town. It looked decent. Recently we have a clean town, so we got off town so that we can see what we can do. The dump site has been a problem for a long time, and we felt we can start doing something to change it. It's good that we have had members of the executive, and they have given us an assurance that they are going to do away with it. I feel that we have done something that we will live to remember.
It is said garbage collection is the most immediate impact you can have on environment.
Environment cleaning and conservation should form an habit, should be a daily routine and not just like a planned event once in a while. Every one of us should take initiative and take care of their own litter.
We initiated and executed a program aimed at identifying young people who are able to apply design thinking in enabling any of the 17 SDG goals. The highlight for me is really the attitude of young people in terms of their response to the call, to the boot camp, to coming to the Open Innovation Challenge. And stepping forward and stepping out and raising their hands and lifting their voice. And the fact that the young people were quite enthusiastic about and excited to discuss SDGs, to discuss solutions, and not being afraid of making mistakes and being open to experiment was for me the highlight.
It's been very insightful. I also was one of the participants as well. I also got to pitch my company, Code for Now, as well, and I've also met great minds. I've been able to network with a lot of young minds as well. So it's been it's an amazing opportunity to be here.
My experience here has been so educative, right? Listening to the judges, giving feedbacks to my presenters, and I must really confess that I have learned a lot of things. I've been able to assimilate a lot of things just from the judges giving feedbacks to the co-presenters.
I loved the fact that despite the subtle competition in between, young people are able to come together and then sort of collaborate in helping one another to use design thinking and to understand the SDGs and then profile solutions and enable them.
So today we're at Barra Community Junior Secondary School to plant at least 300 trees, and this is one of our projects under the Youth Day of Service initiative of Leap Africa.
We planted Queen's Palm. We're still going to be planting Queen's Palm as well today. We planted some neem trees as well, which is also called dongoyaro. They're medicinal trees and they're very good for shade. We picked these trees because, number one, this is a school environment, and the regulations from LASPAC and also the Ministry of Environment and Education were some trees that we are not allowed to plant in schools. Mostly fruit-bearing trees are not allowed to be planted in schools. Mostly trees that would give you shade and give an aesthetic feel to the school, and that's why we chose the trees that we chose. These trees would give at least about 8 years before they even get to the height of the building, and their roots will not destroy the building.
It's a project that builds and breeds excitement in people. If you look at us being here, there's lots of music, there's lots of excitement around the tree planting. We don't want it to be a dull affair. One of the reasons why we chose tree planting as an initiative for the organization to participate in is because increasingly climate change is becoming a very wicked problem globally. What that means is that it affects everyone wherever we find ourselves, in our houses, in our schools, in our workplaces, urban, rural, and we need to take collective action together. And tree planting helps combat it in a small way. Firstly, it helps make the air more pure for people to be able to breathe better. And then it also starts to combat the deforestation that's happening. It starts to create that greenery that is needed in a place like this school. If you look around, you're seeing a lot of structures, not a lot of green. So to bring that green back, and we know that lush greenery is very helpful for health, for well-being, for the climate. So that's why we see it as very important. It's under SDG 13, which is climate action, and we're very excited to be contributing in our small way to that.
Oh, we have been blessed with partners, and I think it just really speaks to the relevance of the Sustainable Development Goals. Goal 17, as we know, is partnership for the goals. And we've seen strongly the presence of private sector partner Dow, who has been a key partner for 2 years now.
By 2030, we intend to reduce our carbon footprint. And by 2050, we intend to be carbon neutral. And how are we going to do this? By investing in programs and partnering in programs and initiatives like this. Tree planting and having a shade helps you trap carbon. And we're not only doing this here, we also did a rally in Nairobi, in Kenya. We're running similar activity in Morocco, in Algeria, and in South Africa.
We're talking about climate change, we're talking about global warming, and we see how temperatures have been rising. But with the trees, we're able to provide a conducive learning environment for the children. And not just that, we're also teaching them how to take care of the trees and upskilling them with their green skills.
My name is Titilayo Abani Wanda. I'm the community manager for Lagos Susty Vibes. Can we make some noise? Alright, so why we are here this morning is to celebrate the International Youth Day of Service, which is an annual program organized by Leap Africa. And we at Susty Vibe, we are collaborating with Leap Africa to make sure that we are doing a street conference this